Hello and welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering part 2 of our coverage of the One Shepherd Fall 2022 semester in West Virginia. We are doing the STX, and this STX was all about ambush. Now, the day started off with PT as usual. After PT, we had some excellent chow, and then we moved into the classes. The students have now come together. Part 1 was about individual skills. And students that were in the Warrior Basic, the Warrior Advanced class, and the Mission Command class have now come together. They're tasked, organized into the units they will be in for the rest of the semester, and now they're learning as a collective. And this is a collective task, ambush. Now, the first class that was given an ambush was the objective rally point.
What are the guys waiting? The three members from the three squads, not the three squad leaders, but one person from each of the three squads. So you're going to have 4 people. If you only have 2 squads, you're still going to take 3 people. You're just going to have to take 2 from one squad, 1 from the other. What you're going to do is your leader's recon of the ORP. You go out there and you're going to say, hey, nobody else is in this ORP. You're going to go down there and you're going to clear it, make sure it's set up, make sure that anything doesn't occupy it, and it's still safe to use.
As mentioned in the previous video, our scenario for this semester was completely integrated from the night link-up mission all the way through into the FTX, and that was no different here. The scenario the students were given was that the border outpost had been destroyed. They had set up this FOB as a forward presence mission to intimidate the Bukhan forces into showing that Namhan would not take this action unnoticed. They set up the FOB, then they did a clandestine night link-up mission to patrol their area, and then part of that they made contact, and the intel that came out of that was Divisional Higher Headquarters had gotten intel through signals intelligence that there was a lot going on in the area, and that possibly a combat outpost occupied by a 2nd platoon had now been occupied by the enemy as a rally point, and they were given a reconnaissance mission to see if the enemy was in that former combat outpost, and if so, to do a salute report.
Like here or wherever, depends on which way side you want to go. So then, security halt somewhere in this vicinity, ORP somewhere in this vicinity, and this is your call. Your objective is going to be to do overwatch from here and observe enemy location here. We expect to be able to see some targets of opportunity. There will be no contact. You are not to be seen.
Okay.
Right? There's several people who really careful about that. And then you're going to send up a salute report. Like after these guys get back to the ORP, send up a salute report and report your mission. Then after that, we're going to administratively move out to the ambush class.
Okay, so
so I actually
passenger lines, security halt, ORP, send a recon element up here, observe objective, they'll report back to the ORP, probably, I guess. Is that right?
With the mission given, the students in leadership positions task organized the One Shepherd class, and then they stepped off on their mission. Having established their ORP after departing the FOB, the students made ready and then stepped off on their reconnaissance mission. Alright, so what we're doing right now, this is the first exercise of the STX, and it's all about the ORP, or Objective Rally Point. The students have gone out, they've set up their Objective Rally Point, and from there they've been assigned a reconnaissance mission. The cadre staff and I have all dressed in different types of camouflage, and this is so when the students do their reconnaissance, they can make a salute report and make note of the fact that all the cadre is wearing different uniforms, carrying different equipment, and feed that back up to higher as part of the exercise. Alright, well the students found the combat outpost. Unfortunately, they found it in the way of an alert staff, and there was a short, sharp firefight that induced some casualties on the student side, and then they pulled back to their ORP because they had been discovered on what was supposed to be a clandestine, no shooty mission. Alright, so in the ORP class, we've been out simulating an enemy presence that the students were supposed to do a reconnaissance on. And they got detected, so it resulted in a firefight. We have somewhere between 2 and 4 KIA on the enemy. None of us took any casualties.
and we're waiting to get to the AAR to find out what happened, because this was supposed to be a no shooty engagement situation, and yet it went kinetic. So more to come.
I made the decision that we were going to stick to the tree line and try and keep as much cover as we could to our location. We were a little close to the road. Wasn't, you know, the greatest situation, but we followed that around. I thought we did pretty good up until the point that we went across a small clearing to where we intended to sit and look over our objective. We tried to do that. We got there, we established ourselves along the tree line, and we made the decision on, Kevin said that he had seen a vehicle. At that point in time, we were standing there for, it had to be like 10 seconds, and we were deciding whether or not we were going to push into that tree line, or if we were going to double back to the tree line we just came from and get some distance between us and the vehicle while the vehicle was on the other side of the tree line. By the second that we made the decision to move back to the tree line, the guy walks right around the tree line, we take contact, I fired off a couple shots, about half a mag at him, but rolled back to the tree line. Then we started taking contact from down along the tree line, and I booked it back to the previous tree line like we had decided to. I waited for a little bit to see who came out with their hats on, and when I stayed there, I don't know, it was probably about 25-30 seconds, and I saw people with no hats and I saw people with hats. I took the people with hats and we decided, you know, get some distance in between us and the enemy. Tried to get hold of the squad, couldn't get them on comms, so I started making a series of dogleg maneuvers back towards our ORP, try and lose the enemy through the grass. Then we came back around to the backside of the ORP. We established comms just outside, let them know that we were coming in. We made it back to give the salute report finally.
What you just talked about and everything that went wrong, there's a technical term for that. It's called combat. You laugh, but here's the thing. Think in all forms of human endeavor, there is no other form of human endeavor other than combat where you can do absolutely everything correctly and still lose, and yet be able to do everything completely wrong and still win. Think about it tonight when you sleep.
Chaos and luck.
No other form of human endeavor can you say that about. Go ahead. Sorry about that, Chris.
Bryce, what do you see?
I see a unit sitting out, small unit, 2 guys sitting out in the middle of broad daylight, kind of kneeling behind a tree. If they had just gotten there, there could have been a lot better concealment and cover taken, considering you're an observation post at that point.
Well, so why did you walk back there?
I was walking the perimeter.
Yeah.
I was walking around a circle.
They had.
They
They were literally. I had to take a picture because you were just walking around as they arrived at the spot, and they were just taking a knee to like decide what to do, and you're walking around the corner. I'm like, oh, this is going to be messy.
That's a go-hood.
I had no idea. Like on the arrival, to your guys' credit, I had no idea you guys were there. When I pulled around the corner, I didn't hear Kevin say, "Put your hands up," but I'm also freaking deaf, so you know, whatever. I pulled up around the corner. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And
the motherfucking headlights.
yep, during the headlights, man. So
We had been there for like maybe 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Not even
It
that,
wasn't.
yeah.
It was bad luck.
it was very, very bad timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on everyone's part.
Yeah, very, very bad timing.
It was great timing on his part.
After the AAR was complete, we had a lunch in the field, and then we just launched right into our afternoon classes, which was ambush, both near and far.
Security team?
Leadership recon. Leadership recon, PL, take how many people, as we previously learned? A minimum of people in WAC?
1 per squad?
Yeah. I'm taking a PL. PL is going to have a bodyguard. When I reach the release point, I'm happy. That's where I want to stay. That's where I want to release everybody else and launch into my ambush. Do I just go home and bring everybody? No, we have to leave 2 guys, right? What if the enemy starts showing up before I'm even ready? I'm not ambushing anymore. I'm just going home. I'll find another day. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. A minimum of 4. If you want more, sure.
All right, so this is the ambush day portion of the STX. The OPFOR here is assembled. We're going to get ready to step off here in just a moment and be the OPFOR for a FAR ambush. If the students do what we hope they do, we should receive some fire, a few of us should get killed, and the rest should be able to do an immediate action drill to get out of a FAR ambush.
Well, you heard my great plan there, and while it was a spectacular plan and I really liked it, the fact is both Mother Nature and the enemy get a vote. And in this case, is if you look off to the left side of the screen, you'll see some very tall grass. Now, my students were supposed to initiate a FAR ambush across the field, and we were going to gallantly run away into the tree line. However, that grass was taller than we were, so our students couldn't see us approaching in the FAR ambush. So our FAR ambush just kind of melded into a near ambush because the students are in the far tree line on the other side of that grass. And then we held a FAR ambush later. Building upon the scenario, the students were informed before this ambush kicked off that due to the outcome of the ORP mission, that the enemy had made signals that were intercepted that indicated they were going to try to make a breakout since they had been discovered. And the students were tasked with conducting an ambush on that enemy force trying to get back over the DMZ.
Usually as you assault, you're going to go through somebody's sector, you'll clear them of their weapons. Get in line. Keep moving. Hey, Kansas, get up and keep moving. Get in a line.
Light up on me!
Hey. All right, let's start fixing this back here. Kansas.
Hey, yep. We have...
All right, well, as OPFOR us instructors, we died in a grotesque and military manner with various rates of success. As you saw in the video, some people died right away. Others were able to initiate their counter ambush drills and get right in amongst the ambushers themselves. So, not the most successful ambush in the history of ambushes, but that's the purpose of this lane. Give the students a chance to learn how to do it, a safe place to fail, and a chance to learn from their mistakes and or their successes. What happened here, we held an AAR, went over what happened in this near ambush, reset, and then conducted a FAR ambush.
Shit, that should be the Steelers of the night.
If you can't see any enemy?
You know that
Yes.
you were tons of fire out.
You were firing just into your sector.
Right. Here's what should happen perfectly. He initiates, right? Yep. It should be boom and then until all the magazine, you've emptied your magazine. When you reloaded and you're back up, and you see no movement, then the POW team can go out and search.
Because I think that's what happened.
And that helps.
Went in and nobody else could.
After the AAR for the near ambush, the students were given a new ambush site to get into, and we gave them a real honest-to-God far ambush, of which they did pretty good at. Got a pretty good success rate. Not too many of us were able to survive their far ambush, which, as many of you may or may not know, on a far ambush, it's very rare to get 100% casualties. Usually, if you get a good chunk of them, you call it good, and you move on. Okay, so after completing that far ambush, we moved back to the FOB, conducted a very extensive AAR. And one of the things that came out of the AAR were all the students saying that they needed more prep time to get ready, and they felt that when their first near ambush didn't go that well, and that their second far ambush went better, but could have been even more successfully executed had they had a lot more prep time. So, as instructors, we did everything we could with the training schedule to give the students the maximum amount of prep time, and to their credit, they used that time very wisely. They did extensive rock drills rehearsing on what they were going to be doing. And when they felt they had it down, then they worried about other things in the mission, like their radios and their nods and everything, but everybody knew the mission. And they actually took, while waiting for dark, about 20 minutes to just rest and let everybody square themselves away and do their personal time before they stepped off. And I'm going to give the students a lot of credit here because they conducted a near perfect night ambush. It went very well. So well so that when during the AAR, the instructors found no major flaws of any type. Matter of fact, we had nothing but complimentary things to say. I'm going to show a lot of the rock drill here, mainly due to technical failure. During the night ambush, of the 3 cameras that I had with me, 2 decided they wouldn't work, and I couldn't put the third into play until the majority of the ambush was over. So I apologize for that in advance. But by watching the rock drills here, you're going to get the concept of what was going on.
Come up front. First Charlie, first Bravo. First Bravo, you will pull 2, how many people? You have 3, right? 4.
I got 4.
You will pull 4 people on the entryway of where they're supposed to secure. They're going to face out this way. Then after that, first Charlie's going to run over to the other side.
Okay, first Charlie, go over there.
First Bravo, get over here now. First Bravo, get over here. All right, you'll pull security that way. First Charlie, get over here. Face outboard. First Charlie, get over here. You're going to run over to the other side. Go, go. Security right over here. This way. Then everybody else is going to run right through.
All right, come on, guys.
Go.
Got a time hack. Let's go.
And then when the last man goes through,
Tap me on the shoulder.
pat these guys on the shoulder, then they're going to go. Last man. All of you get up. And if you notice nobody's been tapping you or running past you for like the last 5 minutes, it's probably an indicator. And then, oh, okay. And then you tell these people last man. Last man, go. All right, boom. There you go. Simple and abbreviated.
LT. Thank you.
All right, and then we'll continue. But you'll realize that every time we pass a linear danger area, there's going to be a wait time to get these guys through, and we're going to need somebody like APL to count the entire platoon, all right, as they pass through here.
All right, cool. And then my security elements, where they at?
Yo.
All right, security team, Coop, I want you on the far side security. Let them know I told you to go down there. Just stay close together. We don't have to do perfect. Take your guys, your security elements on the far side. Where's the other security elements?
Down here, 2 Charlie.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, other side.
All right.
Up a little bit so that I can still see the road and I'm not getting into the line of fire.
Yeah, it's not one-to-one.
Your assault elements with the excess guy you had that were part of your support dude. Yep. All right. So you would distribute them appropriately. Warp wall like that. Some rear security's good.
Yo, PL.
Yeah.
Communication for the
Nice big drawing.
give it to them at the ORP. So that.
After all the rock drills were complete, the actual mission briefing was issued to the unit.
Alright guys, situation, we've got intel suggesting enemy are moving along this, I believe it's called a commerce corridor here along this fence line. Alright, DMZ here and military zone here. We're going to be moving along this northeastern fence line to get across this road, okay? We're going to have a scout with us who's going to be taking us to about the projected area that they're fairly certain that's where the enemy's going to cross, okay? We're still going to be establishing our SEALs halt, our ORP, our security points, that kind of thing, our way up. So nothing's changed there. And what I'm feeling is we're going to end up setting our ambush in this. There's a slight opening from northeast here. We're probably going to set our ambush there, but we're not going to know until we get in there. So friendly forces, we got 1 scout. There shouldn't be any other friendly force in the area besides us. Enemy forces, I was told something we can manage. Something we can manage is what I was told. Okay, recent actions. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, we're playing an ambush. Told you where, when, what. Okay. Sorry guys, I got notes here. Jot it down.
Oh,
Okay, Commander's intent, complete attrition of the enemy unit. We don't want any of these guys escaping. I'm just not saying we're going to pursue them, but we're going to want good, effective fire. And given the estimated distance here, it looks to be less than 100 yards of visibility to kill these guys, so it could end up being a very close near ambush. So be prepared for that. Make sure they're not going to punch through our line. Does everybody understand that? Overlapping fields of fire. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to be out of here. We need to be back at the fob by 20. No later than 22:30. Yep. Is it 22:30? Yep. Okay, no later than 22:30, so 10:30 for the guys who don't know. So I'm thinking we're gonna, if we don't see anybody by say 2200, we're just gonna start peeling back. All right. Everybody understand?
Yeah.
All right. If I go down, Miko's going to be taking charge. All right. Y'all know your squad leaders. You've got your fire team leaders. Everybody understands their roles. We set up support teams earlier. We set up assault teams earlier. All right. So initiation of ambush. I will be initiating ambush with 1-2 rounds, and then we're gonna have a pop flare go up. Everybody understand that?
Yep.
If we're gonna do an assault, we're gonna do 3 whistle blast. LT, I'm gonna need your whistle again. There he is. We can get that handled later.
You guys shoot on that thing now, just so you know what to listen to.
Alright, I'm just gonna borrow it off my neck. LT, I'll make it weird. Alright.
No, we're gonna have to.
Don't make it weird.
No,
Don't
because
make
I
it-
have to.
It's gonna be 3 whistle blasts. Everybody understand? Alright, now I'm not popping the flare, but okay, how that works.
Hey, do you want us to start firing as soon as you fire that first shot?
Oh, dude, yeah, just light it up.
Yeah.
Because again, like the estimated distance here is close. All right. Also, it's nighttime, and we're half of us are firing under nods, half of us aren't. So just rip.
How close that before you own the flare?
What's that?
You're gonna have somebody in arm's length with you. Give them the flare so they're popping as you pop your shot.
Yep, yeah, that's the plan. We got D'Amico popping the flare.
What color is the flare?
I believe it's red.
You'll know. It's red.
Yeah.
With how close it is, how far out do you want the security teams on each flank?
It's gonna be hard to say given the terrain and the
Net
bush.
GC dependent, got it?
Yeah, you know, it's a lame excuse. We could end up, could be fairly close. The way it's looking is we'll have about, maybe about 100, 150 yards of dispersion, but that might be a lot, given how dark it is. I mean, it might even be closer. So I'm going to try to disperse y'all once we get up there. Just remember the security teams need to be on the ends.
Yep.
I'm going to need my assault guys mixed in with everybody else in the middle there, and I want at least 1 or 2 LSWs in the middle as well. When I blow that whistle for the assault team to move up, I need everybody that's in the middle, which I'm hoping where my assault team's staging at, they're going to need to shift fire, okay? So like shift it up. If somebody's running past you, like stop firing for a second. We're gonna have plenty of rounds going down range. Just stop. Let them go out so you don't fucking sorry about that. Friendly fire.
I would suggest that anybody on the assault team tell the guy to your left and your right.
Yeah, let them know that you're going out. Okay.
That you're on the assault team.
Does that work?
It's gonna be a gunfight. Be loud.
Yeah.
Are
Be
there
loud. Yeah. Yell.
any restrictions on white light once the ambush starts?
Good question. I would hold the white light. I would hold the white light because we're gonna have a firing line essentially. Anything that should be in front of you should be dead. Just hold the white light. Okay.
Yep.
Everything else is gonna be handled at the ORP before we dispatch into it. Yeah. I think that's it. Does that feel thorough? Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah. Do you have?
Yes, go for it.
Do you have coordinates for the ORP?
Yeah, the ORP. I was thinking.
Maybe we have those.
I'll set that up. And I'm gonna get it to all the squad leaders, and they can just disseminate it down to the fire team leaders.
All right.
The LOA for the assault team. Limit of advance. Like there's a fence here, and that's fairly close. I would say. I don't know, 50 meters. Depends. Yeah, we'll say 50 depends.
We also have mines. Don't forget.
Yeah, we'll get the mine set as well. That's gonna be critical. Young G's got one in his rock, and then we've got another gentleman.
2 Bravo on the security.
Bravo, yeah, we got another one on this squad.
Any
here.
kind of time hack for estimation of their arrival?
I was told prior to, if we don't see them, I guess by 2200, they're probably not there. So we need to get over there. I'm gonna try to get over there by 2100. We're gonna camp out there for a while. Yeah, one's on the assault team, so we should place them before we kick off ambush, of course. So let's do, as soon as we get our ambush set up, I'm gonna find you, and then you're gonna be tagged with Jay. Y'all gonna find a good spot to put them, right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Right flank security. Go right, you'll find us.
Gotcha. Yeah, right flank security. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Harris.
Yes.
So what? The mine is notional. What's the signal for the mine going off?
For the mine going
Yeah,
off?
something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Something will happen.
You'll know. Do we know what the kill radius is?
That's what I was about to ask.
Yes, I asked that earlier. They're anti-personnel mines, so
5-10 meters.
I'm speculating a shoebox or
Shoebox, okay.
something like that. Yeah.
For rough sake, playing hand grenade range.
Hand grenade.
Same as your lethal
Okay,
effect
so
of a
about
hand
5
grenade.
meters.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And with their mission briefing complete, the students formed up, stepped out on their mission. They got to their ambush site unopposed, undetected, they got in place, and then they waited. The enemy ambush came, and I wish I had the footage of it here, but what you are about to see here is the effect of once the ambush was kicked off, the initial people were killed, there were a few survivors, and then the assault teams came out to take care of those survivors and search the dead. Who's this next to me?
Kimball. I'm super here.
All right. Hey, Kimball, I'm going to be moving around just to get video, okay?
Hey, what's ammo status for everybody? Is everyone black? Does anybody have ammo? No. Do not pursue!
Yes, got it. Get up. Everybody who's still in the assault element, who hears my voice, who's in this line, get up. To the edge of the road, right about here.
Remember your safety kill.
You got a mag.
Distance.
You got a mag.
That's dead enemy.
All EKIA. You're searching him? Yeah. Intel.
I got none on me.
Alright.
I do have a radio, though technically you can say you took that.
Okay. Got frequency.
Steve Lee. Accountability, gentlemen.
Hey, you good? Here's recon moves to find an ORP. On our way back from that, we discovered we were actually right on top of the ambush site. So I sent in a security team where I wanted my ambush site at, and I dispatched my squads into the wood line. I got Jay and the other gentleman with the mine, who was at Port. Yep. To place their mines, and then everybody moved into the tree line. We waited for enemy contact.
How was your enemy contact?
How was it?
I mean, did you make contact with them?
Oh yeah.
Remember, you're reporting into your activities.
Contact was made. I counted about 4 before initiating fire. We had several casualties right off the bat, and I would say within maybe a minute or two, I dispatched my assault element to sweep and clear the area. They pursued a gentleman for probably 20-30 yards and reported back that everybody is dead as far as they know.
Okay. Approximately how many enemies do you think you killed?
If I had to guess, I want to say about 3 or 4 is what I feel like. It's the right answer.
5 to 6.
5 to 6? Yeah. Really?
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Good deal. How many casualties you take?
I counted 3, so that's what I counted.
All right. So you had to pay for this victory.
Yeah.
All right. Straight up. Okay. Good report. Thank you. All right. Now we'll drop and launch into the AAR. So, job well done, gentlemen. Job well done. Let's just get that out there right away. You know, from the point of the OPFOR, we're all in agreement. We saw excellent violence of action. We saw good command and control. You know, really the only gig we got, we'll get into it later, is your comms suck. But that's not the important part right now, but I wanted to get that out there. That was damn good. All right, so to wrap this up, I'm gonna say I was super impressed with that. I was super impressed. That was a well-executed ambush. You guys had some problems. You clearly overcame them. I know I died in a hail of gunfire. I'm proud of myself because I got all my rounds off and was running away at that point after charging into your lines. But I died very quickly and stuff. We all died. You know, so you got 100% kill ratio. Not bad.
Yes.
So after a well-earned good night's rest, day 2 of the STX began in good one Shepherd tradition with Pudel sticks for PT.
Face each other. Salute. On guard. Attack!
The main class for day 2 of the STX was Route Reconnaissance. And after a classroom portion explaining exactly what you do on a route reconnaissance, the class was divided into 4 units, with the first unit doing a reconnaissance of the road looking for mines. The second class did a reconnaissance of the fields just south of the FOB to determine its suitability for air mobile reinforcement should the need arise. The third squad they went up and secured, or basically reconnaissance on the main road in front of the training area, which was the DMZ border, and they were told every pickup truck went by was an enemy technical, and they were to get data on that amount of traffic they saw. And then finally, the 4th Squad had a notional mission of checking a gate between our commerce zone and the next area of the DMZ, but also the real world mission of finding if that gate was still in place and closed to prevent anybody from walking off the training area in the middle of the night by accident. And let's take a look at the AAR and see how people did.
Tunnels, tubes, yeah, whatever the ditches, the gutters that went, the drainage that went underneath. All of the above. All right, continuing south, we found another one, approximately here, again to the east side of the road, marked in the same way. Continuing our mission, now there's an unmarked gravel road going from the east side of this traffic circle to the CQB barn, which we did note had significant civilian activity. There were 3 UXO approximately 2 meters apart on this gravel road, again marked approximately 5 meters to the north as per the prearranged protocol with hire. And then we traveled along back and called into hire along the way, got confirmed coordinates, and we also have marked on the map here, in addition to near and far photographs from 2 separate members of the team in case one of us got hit to relay the hire.
Outstanding. All right, everybody, let's take a look
5 in total, 3 locations.
5 lines total, 3 locations. So that means if our supply convoys, the EM-50s come up, they're getting hit. The enemy, obviously we killed a lot of them, but they're still out there and mind our supply route. So that means they've got some intentions here. We don't know what it is. Now we're going to take that intel, pass it up to Divisional HQ, and they'll get the proper specialists out to clear those mines.
We hope you found this coverage of the One Shepherd STX in fall 2022 at Bravo Company in West Virginia helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future coverage of One Shepherd.